Hello everyone, Aiden here with another comic book review. Today I am reviewing Batman the Penguin Affair Part 1. Originally published in 1990, this story was written by Marv Wolfman and drawn by Norm Breyfogle. I had written his name down. And this story is coming off of the 1989 Batman movie, directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton. And so people were still in Batmania, as stated by DC editor and acclaimed Batman writer Dennis ONeil, aka Denny for short. And if you don't know who Denny ONeil is, he was the main writer of Batman comics from 1969 to 1980, and he was paired with artist Neil Adams, and they revolutionized Batman. They brought him back to his dark and gritty roots, and the reason why they did that is because this was after the Silver Age of comic books, where it was, oh, golly, you know, that sort of thing where it's all clean-cut American Superman. Everyone was acting like Superman, even Batman. And so he and Adams, O'Neill and Adams, they decided to bring back the dark and gritty Batman. And they wrote mature stories, and Neil Adams' artwork is superb. Dennis O'Neill's writing is fantastic. They also did a Green Lantern, Green Arrow - team-up book, and that was really amazing. That was the introduction of the John Stewart Green Lantern, who was the first African-American superhero for DC. And for Batman, they had created Ra's al Ghul, his daughter Talia, who's the mother of Bruce Wayne's son, Damian. And they also created the Man-Bat. Many villains, many allies they created, and overall it was very good. It was a great run. And as for this story, I'm familiar with some of Marv Wolfman's writing. He's written Teen Titans, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Superman, and Norm Breyfogle, I haven't seen any of his artwork before, but I really liked it, and I enjoy Wolfman's writing. So that's enough of the background. Going into the story, the Penguin meets this... The Penguin is one of Batman's oldest foes. His real name is Oswald Cobblepot. He's an English gentleman of sorts, yet he's a master thief. And he actually owns a club called the Iceberg Lounge in Gotham City, but that's his legitimate business. He's really a racketeer and thief and all those nasty things. And but this is a classic story for two classic characters. Now, the Penguin meets this man named, who he calls Harold, because Harold cannot speak. He's mute, and he has a hunchback, and he's ridiculed, and he's beaten on, and the Penguin, he appreciates Harold for who he is on the inside, because the Penguin has been ridiculed for his outward appearance, because he has bird-like features, facial features, and he's a short man, and he's a little heavy, and so he sees a kindred spirit in Harold, and he eventually employs him to help him with his criminal activities. And so it turns out that Harold is actually a savant with computers, excuse me. And the Penguin asks him to help him with some heists, and Harold is reluctant, but eventually he does it because this man's his friend. He's gonna help his friend out. And overall, I highly recommend the story. It's great. The writing's great, the artwork is great. Oh, and there's more story that I'm going to be talking about. I'm just stopping to say that I highly recommend this. Wolfman's writing, superb. Brave Vogel's artwork, amazing. Now, this was also after the Batman story A Death in the Family, where Robin, aka Jason Todd, had been murdered by the Joker. And so there's this boy named Tim Drake, and he finds out who Batman is because he's a detective. He's just a smart boy who managed to figure out what few people could, in that Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson were the original Batman and Robin. And so after Jason was murdered, Bruce reluctantly takes on this new protege because he doesn't want this one to get hurt or murdered as well. But eventually he decides, okay, he's worth it. He's worth training. So in this, he's still training Tim, and he is teaching him how to fight and teaching him how to be a better detective and all these things that you need to know to be Robin. And and Batman gets a call from Commissioner Gordon, who tells him that the Penguin's been robbing places, and he's also been harassing this soap opera actress. And as it turns out, Penguin has a big crush on her, but she's not interested. And there's one last subplot that I would like to go into. It's not really relevant, but it is hilarious. It's not really hilarious. I thought it was funny, but it's just interesting funny. So the Penguin has been playing chess on his computer for the past few months, and he's been playing against this one guy or woman who keeps on beating him over and over, and the Penguins managed to beat them once at chess, but other than that, it's either a draw or the other person wins. And as it turns out, the person who has been beating the Penguin at chess is Batman. And I just thought that that was such a great little subplot, little thing to slide in there, because, you know, he beats him physically, and now he can beat him mentally, as he could, but this is just proof of how smart Batman is and how cool he is, in that he can beat one of his main villains without even laying a hand on him. And that is it for my review on Batman the Penguin Affair Part 1. This is Part 1 of a 3-part miniseries that I got. I don't have Parts 2 and 3, but I'd like to get them so I can figure out how the story ends. But so far, it's very good. And that is all for today. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I appreciate any feedback whatsoever. And good day.